Salvē, Mika, and welcome. Today we are going to be taking a look at John chapter 4, verse 15. Here is our rubric, what we look for as we go through the text. Let's get started. Dicit ad eum mulier, Domine, da mihi hanc aquam, ut non sitiam neque veniam huc haurire. Haurire. There we go. All right, our first word is something that we've seen many times before. I'm not going to bother parsing it. We should be quite familiar with it by now. Ad, prepositional phrase plus the accusative, which we find here in eum, which is from is, ea, id, not it. And that closes off a prepositional phrase. And that's singular and masculine, not feminine, which I almost wrote, referring back to Jesus. And then mulier here with er, no other ending right there, is our subject with nominative, singular, and feminine. So, woman, matron, not in this case, knowing her history. Woman says to him, quote, Domine. E ending right there is going to be our vocative singular masculine, one of the few vocative forms that you will run into. Lord, possibly showing that she has faith, though scholars have not completely convinced me on that. Should probably explain that. If you watch the corresponding Greek video to this, which I think came out 2 weeks ago. Yeah, 2 weeks ago. Probably 2 weeks ago. I talk a little bit about it, but some scholars think that depending on which word people use in the Gospels to speak to Jesus, it indicates whether or not they have faith. So in Greek, there's epistata or epistasa. There's a didaskole that they could use. Then there is kurie. And then in the Latin, there is domine, and then there's magister. So the argument is those that call him Lord, which corresponds to the tetragrammaton in Hebrew, or Adonai in Hebrew. Those are the ones that are showing they have faith. And then those who call him teacher, magister, didaskole, those are the ones who are showing that they don't have faith in him. I don't know. As I said, I am undecided. Maybe it was a rabbi. Maybe the distinction is between epistasa / kurie, domine, and rabbi. Yeah, something to think about. Something for you to look into yourself. Okay, da from do, dare, daddy. So here we have as you can tell from this short a, we have a second person singular present, active and indicative. No, not indicative. Imperative. I never remember which I do. IMPV. Man, I'm terrible at following my own rubric. Give. Mihi, something we've seen many times before. That's just the dative singular. Don't write dative there. To me, hanc aquam. Hanc from hic, hike, hoc. And that a right there tells us that it is from the middle column, the feminine column, to go with aquam, am, both together, accusative, singular. To me, this close water. This introducing a purpose or result clause. We don't have any of the adverbs or adjectives which are often used to introduce a result clause, so it's probably a purpose. Non sitiam, here is our verb, am, and that a right there just tells us that this is going to be either a future, from sitio, sitire, yeah. So a for the third and fourth conjugation in the first person singular can be a marker of the future tense, or it could just be subjunctive. With ut, it's going to be subjunctive. So first singular present, active, subjunctive. In order that I not, in order that I may not thirst, which is what that means. And order that neque. Neque is with the que there, especially introducing the second half of this sentence. So, and not veniam. Here it's going to be the same form as citiam. And not come. Hook. Hook does not come from hic, haec, hoc as a demonstrative, but it is instead one of our locative words. Your teachers in Latin, presuming you didn't teach yourself. If you did teach yourself, wow. If you didn't teach yourself, you still learned Latin. That's awesome. But anyway, your teachers may have used this word for you. At least that's, my dad used this all the time. And he was no Latin scholar, but it's like, veni hoc, means come to here. So this is just locatival, that's not even a word, but showing location, specifically place to which. In order that not come hither for the Old English, to here. How ire, re right there off of haurito, haurire. That is a present, active, and infinitive. To, showing purpose through this infinitive. Draw, and then with implied water. Okay, there we go. Let's take a look at it in its own context before going back to verse 7. But water which I will give, that's verse 14. Woman says to him, Lord, give to me this water in order that I may not thirst and not come hither to draw. Implied water. Yeah, so it works. Verse 7. Woman comes down from Samaria to draw water. Jesus says to her, Give to me to drink. For his disciples had gone away into city in order that they might buy food. Therefore a woman says to him, that Samaritan one, How do you, although you are a Jew, ask from me to drink, who am a Samaritan woman? For Jews do not have dealings with Samaritans. Jesus responded and said to her, If you knew gift of God and who it is who says to you, Give to me to drink, you yourself perhaps would ask from him, and he would give to you living water. Woman says to him, Lord, you do not indeed have something in which you may draw, and well is deep. From where, therefore, do you have living water? Surely you are not greater than our father Jacob, who gave to us well, and drank from it himself, and his sons, and his herds. Jesus responded and said to her, Everyone who drinks from this water will be parched again. But who will have drunk from water which I myself will give to him will not be parched into forever. But water which I will give to him will be in him fountain of springing water into eternal life. Woman says to him, Lord, give to me this water in order that I do not thirst and not come to here to draw. And I don't know if that's where she stopped speaking, so I'm not going to add in the close quotes until we take a look at verse 16. Thank you very much for joining me, and I hope taking a look at this has been helpful for you, and I hope that you have a very good day. Salvē.
What? You're still awake? Why are you still here then? You should be reading a book. Or if not reading, you should watch one of these other videos. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment. See you next week.